What is going on, Wolfpack Savage here? In today's video, we're going to be breaking down and analyzing a viewer submitted gameplay. I've kind of neglected viewer submissions lately, but we're going to go back to our roots and kind of hit that a little bit more often than we have been in the past. This entire channel is bringing the principle of learning from failure. Not every gamer out there is perfect. Even the pro players have failed many and many times. And I truly believe that failure is a motivator and it's a great learning tool. And that's why in these videos, we point out different aspects of what they're doing wrong. And that's not only a principle that I take in gaming, that's a principle that I take in life. But before we get into the video, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel right now, join the Wolfpack. Also, don't forget to like the video. Let's get this video to 2,000 likes now. This is the first video we're doing with the new mode. So guys, give me your feedback. Let me know, do you want me to keep analyzing some Alcatraz modes or do you want me to go back to normal Warzone? I will be doing both. I'm just curious on the community's take because after all, I may be the one posting on the channel, but this is y'all's community as well. So please give me some honest feedback. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, but here we are picking where to go. So as far as this map is concerned, again, a lot of you guys, you're new to this. You didn't play Alcatraz back in Black Ops 4. So let me just give you guys the rundown on this map. The main hot drop spot, the superstore, so to speak, of this map is going to be Prison Block. Now, it's very hot. It's very fast paced. It's very aggressive. However, I highly recommend dropping there. I love dropping there. Dropping there and going right down in the middle and just getting some kills right off the rip is just the best way to kind of warm up and get into the zone. Also, I do recommend for those of you who like Verdansk and hate this map is still a great map to warm up on because you're consistently shooting people. You can kind of get your reflexes down pat and then jump into Verdansk. But again, as far as your hot drop spots, Prison Block for sure, Bioweapon Labs, and as well as Nova 6 Factory. Those will be your best spots. Now in Verdansk, you want to play the edge to have a little bit more of a passive drop, but this map here is a little different. You don't really want to play the edge per se because Harbor, Chemical Engineering, Bioweapon, they're going to be very popping. So I would recommend if you want to passive drop somewhere around construction, maybe tents, maybe down here around security area, even living quarters seems to be very untouched right now. Of course, as people become more confident with the map and realize what they need to do, of course, things will change, the meta will change, and so will the rotations. But here we are deciding where to go now. Vehicles in this map are basically useless. Now, if you're about to be in the gas and you want to drive to safety, that's probably the only use for them. But you really shouldn't be in a position where you have to run from the gas. I love those explosions, by the way. This is so dope. All right, so when you guys are diving into areas, you want to make sure you land on the rooftop. I highly always recommend landing on the rooftop of most of the main buildings. Prison Block, of course, you want to land on the rooftop of that, as well as Bio and also Decon Zone. You guys want to land on the top, that way you can clear the top and then work your way down. The last thing you want to do is land on the bottom of the building, get in the fight. Like, so let's say this building, for example, because that's where it looks like we're going. Let's say we land on the bottom. There's probably going to be a lot of teams coming to this building because historically from Black Ops 4, this is a pretty poppin' hot drop. So you're probably going to run other teams. And as you're fighting other teams, if you're on the bottom floor and there's a team coming from the top, they're essentially going to pinch you. So I like to land on the top and clear the building floor at a time. Not really sure who's around us. We didn't really scan too much. Scanning in this map's not that drastic like it is in Warzone, so I'm not going to say too much on that. It actually doesn't look like anybody dropped here with us, which is very surprising. Now, when it comes to circle rotations in Warzone, you guys know I live and breathe that shit. That's just something that's very important. This shit, however, you can forget most of that, except for in-game. Circle rotations are not that important when you're in-game. Now, when you're rocking a gun like this that has one of those double scopes on it, the variable, you want to make sure you switch to your close range scope. I, for one, would rather use the EOTech on this than use the zoom on it. So I would definitely cant that bitch. That way, if someone got in a close quarter fight, I could ADS and shoot at them relatively easy without having to worry about it having too much zoom, because there is such a thing as too much zoom in a close quarter fight. That, for instance, right there, that's a perfect example of too much zoom. If he would have had that thing canted, he could have got that double kill without even having to struggle. And you know, most players know that. He probably knew that. He probably just forgot to pop it. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. But that's something you guys want to get in the habit of. If you pick up a ground loot weapon and it's got multiple scopes on it, make sure you're using the close range scope in a close range fight. And Rebirth Island, and if I call this Alcatraz a lot, you got to forgive me. Again, it's from Black Ops 4. But if you're playing Rebirth Island, the objective of this map, the objective of this game type is to get as many kills as possible. This whole thing. The toolbox, as soon as you come up the stairs, hold that thought. Right there, camping. Good beams, brother. Fuck. You're mad. All right, I'm gonna pause right now. So the objective of Alcatraz is just slay out. Literally slay out. You know, Verdansk always tell you guys circle rotations, this, that, very important. But this right here is all about practicing your aim and working buildings. I always preach to you guys how important it is to practice and play aggressive and push buildings and outwork the enemy using the buildings layout to your advantage. This map right here is perfect practice for that. Some of the best Warzone players that I know personally are Alcatraz players or Rebirth Island players. So these guys literally have gotten good and gotten goated because they've practiced working buildings. They'll shoot a guy in the window and they'll work all the way around the building, come up from behind the enemy and hit them from behind, just because of that confusion and shock and awe value. So I definitely recommend practicing this mode, even if you're not a huge fan of it. So that being said, we got 2 more bleeps on heartbeat. Pay attention to the mini map. We know there's one guy to his right, and there's one guy in front of him somewhere. They may be on the upper level and maybe on the lower level. We're not sure. So you want to play it slow. There he is right there. Oh my God. The enemy in that position, boy. Oh, he went for the thirst, and guess what happened? He got his ass killed. When it comes to Alcatraz too, because you're in close quarter situation, make sure you're not going for the thirst. Outplay the situation and get 2 kills instead of 1.
I downed 1. As soon as I come running, you're like, oh, there he is.
Oh no. I'm just kidding.
All right, but remember, this map, yeah, I'm about to say, this map is built around, ego. This map is purely based around ego. When you kill a guy, what are they going to do 9 times out of 10? They're going to come back. Always. Same thing when we die. When we die, guess what's going to happen? We're going to come back. Now, as far as that enemy's concerned, I'm not sure why he just stood in a window like Sasquatch just standing there. I mean, of course, that was bound to happen. We knew exactly where he was at. He didn't change his position. He didn't change his windows. He didn't come in from a different angle. He literally just sat there and face checked us and allowed for us to just re-peek, already ADSing where he's at, and just blaze him down. Also in Alcatraz, you know, when it comes to this map, again, you can stay together, you can play solo. It really doesn't matter. But I definitely recommend, as you guys are getting new to it, as you're trying to discover yourself in this map, I recommend you guys play together. But as you get a little bit more confident, definitely you want to go off and play solo. You don't really want to be hugging each other's butts. You want to go out, because this map right here just teaches you how to outplay situations. This map teaches you, and you learn how to, he's above you, how to outplay 1v3 situations. And this is why I'll give credit to Rebirth Island. This is going to be a great way for people to learn how to outwork teams. But anyway, we got to move in. Now the circle is going to be going slower. It's not like Verdansk where it's going to be moving super fast. You guys can take your time, kind of, sort of, and get safe. Definitely watch where you're going though at all costs, man, because people love to gatekeep, especially on prison. Cell block. Oh no, cell block's going to have people on the rooftop watching the edge of the circle, and they're probably going to shoot at us. So make sure you're keeping your body in your cover and your ridges and things like that. That way, if you get blitzed down, you can instantly jump back to cover and be safe. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He sent a message. Reaper had a message on the video, said the guy who got kicked, his child unplugged the modem. So that's a giant rip. So now we're in a duo situation. Also, guys, I've been preaching to you dudes to literally take off your auto parachute. I've been preaching it for, oh no. I've been telling you guys for 6 months now to turn off auto parachute. And a lot of you guys, you know, taken that advice, and a lot of you guys have not taken that advice. And I definitely recommend in this map, you take the advice, because again, as you saw, as he came down, we weren't the only ones shooting at him. He had another team shooting at him as well. Very easy kill if you guys are parachuting in, especially on a small map that's condensed. Yes, I understand it's only 45 players. I get that. But everyone's gonna be looking for parachutes because, again, easy beams.
Damn.
Now, the secret behind this map and the secret behind getting a lot of kills in this game mode is getting your movement down. So we talked about how great this map is at teaching you guys how to outplay situations. We talked about how great this map is at teaching you how to outplay 1v3 squads and work buildings, but we haven't talked about movement. This map here, if you guys play this, you will develop movement like none other. You will develop movement like you didn't believe you had the ability to do, as long as you're getting out there and trying to fight. He's just sitting on the rooftop. And what I mean by that is when you're inside cell block and you're fighting team after team, you're going to be constantly slide canceling, bunny hopping, going around stairs and rotate in and out of buildings. Look at this parachute guy. If we weren't shooting at him, that's an easy kill right there too. Not to mention, even if we don't kill him, we know exactly where he's at. Perfect example of why you don't use auto parachute. Pop that reload. Yeah, baby. Not gonna lie, your M4 is beaming, bro. That's stippled on there. That's a nice little build. But there's different ways you can play this game as well. You don't have to be super hot and go into cell block and get 30 and 40 kills. I don't even know if that's gonna be possible to get 40. There's not that many people on the map. But you don't have to be super aggressive. You guys can play the outskirts just like we are and pick off all the remnants of people doing it as whatever the hell they're doing. Here this guy is popping the res too. So let's talk about that. Again, a lot of you guys knew this game type. A lot of you guys, you know, are goated from the old one. So in this game mode, it's all about outplaying the situation. For the most part, if your teammate goes down, you're going to let him die. You're going to have to let him die. This is the second time this game we've caught a guy in the middle of a res who's not focused on the fight. He's focused on getting the team res. Now, teamwork's always the dream work. But again, this mode right here is different breed. This mode right here, you want to make sure the area is clear before you pop the res because, again, it's so small and it's so condensed. Those couple seconds it takes for you to get the res off, you're probably going to get shit on. And again, that's the second time this game that we've actually seen it happen. So most of the time, I highly recommend focus on the fights more than your teammates resing. Again, they can come back. Another thing about this game mode too is you're going to run into a situation a lot where you're out of ammo. You got to find ammunition. You got to find it quick, man. Now, there are a couple things about this game mode I think they could change. I think the timer on the teammates coming back is a little long. I like the timer for Black Ops 4. It was a lot faster, which meant a lot more fights, which meant a lot more practice, right? So as far as this map's concerned, munition box would be key. Alcatraz, you're always going to be in situations, especially when you're getting in fights, we're running out of ammo. It is what it is, right? And a lot of times you're going to kill enemies that are in bad positions, and when they die, they're going to drop their loot out in the open that's in a bad position. So most of the kills you get, you're not going to be able to go in there and get their loot and get their ammunition and get their plates and get their gas mask. Sometimes you just got to leave it. Remember, it's a different mode. So everything you've learned about Warzone, you got to kind of fine tune. You got to kind of throw audibles in almost every different aspect because this is a different game mode. So I definitely pick up that ammunition for sure. Damn it. But UAV's not a bad call. Here we are going with it. But again, I think I would rather have more than 28 bullets in my gun. But it's just a learning experience. This game mode, again, it's different. Everything you guys have learned about Verdansk, you're going to have to relearn something completely different about this mode. But this mode does have its benefits in helping you guys become better players. And I highly, highly, highly recommend this. If you guys are trying to get into that goated style of outplaying 1v3 situations and being able to solo squad. So with 18 people left, the chance of someone being on the outskirts where we're at right now is probably slim. I'd feel pretty safe and confident going to the buy station. You hear a lot of teams fighting right now over at Prison Block, and you see a couple teams fighting over to our south as well, or our southeast technically, at those couple of houses. So we got a UAV. There we go. Got some munitions right there though. We got a UAV. Got our teammate back. So we're sitting pretty good right now. We're in a pretty good spot to win the game. The circle is going to rotate downward towards the south, towards us. So at this point here, a house you might want to hold is going to be that big ass house with the, this bitch right here. I don't know what it's called. This house right here would be a great house to hold, but everyone knows that that's a great house to hold. So there's probably gonna be another team in there as well. But once you guys do take that thing over, the possibilities are endless, man. You guys can shoot almost everyone. I like the fact that we're at least scanning over here. I don't think anybody's over here. Again, this is more of an early game position. There's a guy parachuting his nuts off. Easy shots, easy claps. There's a guy on top of tower too. Also, guys, I highly recommend don't sit on tower. You guys might get a kill. You guys might get two, but at the end of the day, again, when the circle forces you off that tower, we're going to snipe the shit out of you. It's not a good vantage point at all. You might think it's a good vantage point because it's the high ground and because most people don't look there. But again, if you get one kill, they're going to come back and probably shit down your throat for sure. Look at this. Look at this guy. Snipe him, bro. Okay, you got this guy on the rooftop right now. Again, that's the house you want to be in. It's the best vantage point right now because it's going to be, I wouldn't say the highest point in the game, but it's going to have an angle on everything. Everything to the southeast, everything to our south, most of what's to our north and northeast. We already know there's one guy here. The doors are closed. The windows are not broken, so I'd imagine he's probably the only one. There he is right there. Yeah. I would imagine he's the only one in that building. But we're passing it up and we're rotating pretty early. So you can actually get on the rooftop of this building here, which would be another great spot. Ooh, getting in a fight out in the open. That's kind of dangerous, but it ended up working out. Great shots, great use of jump shotting while fighting too. If you guys are not jumping while you're shooting, you're messing up. You really need to get good at shooting your gun and jumping at the same time. I do re-peeked a little too early. Great patience by Reaper sitting there predicting the re-peek because he didn't have the armor plates broken. We all knew the enemy was going to re-peek. And great position, dude. Okay, I want to go ahead and say great on Reaper right here. So Reaper got in fight with that guy, and the guy unpeaked without having his plates broken. So most players, if their plates aren't broken and they move, they're just either going to re-peek or relocate and peek somewhere else. So great job on Reaper being patient with the res and just holding that angle and waiting for him to re-peek so he can break the armor. Because once the armor plate's broken, the chance of that guy peeking again is pretty slim. He's going to be popping his plates more than anything. And I also love the fact that once he popped his plates, he knew that. He started going for the res. And the moment he got the res done, instead of bailing back, instead of hiding, instead of getting distracted with other shit, he ADS on the rooftop, snapped on him, and took him out. So I absolutely love the gameplay right there, Reaper. Great shit. Great shit. And again, it's just simple things like that that most players don't do that you could actually learn from as a newer player. All right, so we got a UAV in the air. We've got 5 enemies. There's 1 enemy missing. Okay, there's 5 people in the UAV, 8 people total, 2 of us. So there's 1 guy missing. So we're pretty confident that our back end's safe. But again, I want to be on a high point. I want to get on a high point. So realistically, for me, I would at least climb up here real quick, make sure the rooftop of this building's clear first and foremost. Peep out a little bit of this area. You might be able to get some shots off on the random that's missing on UAV. We don't know where he's at. He may be over here. You might be able to take him out, and then you can rotate downwards. So right now we know where 5 of the 6 enemies are. The possibilities are kind of endless what we can do, but there's 2 recommendations that I highly recommend you do. 1, climb up this roof real quick and just kind of peep around, see if the other random players over here on the north-hand side of the map, see if there's somebody on this rooftop. God forbid there is, and you guys are down in this area and he just shoots down on you guys and you don't have a chance. So I would definitely get on this roof and scan this area. Or what I think I would actually do is play a little bit aggressive. So again, we've got 5 people on the UAV, and what do I always say? If you're going to pop a UAV, take advantage of the UAV, and this is exactly what I would do. I would go down here, jump on this dude because he's obviously sitting in some rocks. After I killed him, then I would probably rotate and kill this guy depending on how far that is. We can't really tell right now because he's at the top of the map, but if he's relatively close, I'd go chase him down as well. And then maybe rotate back to the buildings, get back to the high ground, and then start hunting down the guy sitting inside of yellow building. But let's see what happens. Yeah, the guy's relatively close, so we can get a nice little double kill right here, assuming he doesn't. Yeah, here we go. All right, we got the down. Instantly divert the guy right there. Oh, boy. Oh, damn, 2 shots. Damn, that's unfortunate, bro. Pop that reload real quick, go down there. Oh, with the double nade wipe, baby. Love to see it, man. What a great toss. Kobe. Wait, can you not res? Rip. We also have 9 bullets in our gun, so I really hope he asks Sanderson for a little bit of ammo.
15 kill streak. I killed like 4 people.
All right, or go down there and get those 2 dudes on ammo. We're gonna need some ammunition. Stat, man, stat. I wouldn't be wasting any time. We're in a decent spot, but again, if we get in combat, we're kind of screwed. I would definitely go down there and get some ammo. No, not like that, brother. Not like that. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it, Reaper. Reaper, brother, thank you for submitting the gameplay, man. You played really well, honestly. I really liked everything you were doing. It's a different type of game style. This is our first analyzation of this map. So I'm going to be kind of learning with you guys on exactly what kind of tips I should be giving you guys, because again, this is going to be a completely different experience than how it is on Verdansk. But in game right there, again, I probably would have went down and got the guy's ammunition or asked my teammate for ammo. That sniper rifle really just wasn't doing it for you. It's not like you weren't hitting your shots, you were, but again, it was taking a lot of bullets to kill the enemy. You hit that one guy twice before you even broke his armor. And in close quarter map like that, snipers really aren't the best weapon of choice. I would have stuck with the AR, maybe an SMG combo as well, but I definitely would have stuck with that AR right there because you were absolutely slapping out with it. But that's really the only downfall that can really nitpick about the game was the ammo situation. Earlier, I did recommend that you should probably bought an ammunition box at the buy station. And also, of course, at the end of the game, we kind of fell into the same situation there. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I'm still going to be posting mostly Verdansk on the channel, but I wouldn't mind throwing 1 or 2 of these videos in a week. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying the update. Please have a good afternoon. And until next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please check out one of these 2 bangers over there. And as always, click that beautiful button right there in the left-hand corner. Well, I guess technically your right-hand corner. And until next time, you have a good one and keep on improving.